Today we'll see some of the country's biggest comedians come together at the Grandwest Casino after last year's sold-out shows. It's an opportunity to spot the comedians such as John Vlismas, Schalk Bezuidenhout, Stuart Taylor, Tumi, Morake and Goliath wore in wildly hilarious shows. While these comics have some of the most impressive resumes in South Africa, from appearing on local and international TV shows and starring in movies to performing comedy shows that pack out festivals and theatres across the globe. While joining us from our Cape Town studios is comedian Stuart Taylor. Stuart, it's great to have you on Morning Live. Thank you so much for coming through this morning.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a little bit early, but I'm very happy to join you.
It's never too early to make an appearance on television. What are you talking about?
This is true. This is true.
The Big Five comedy show has truly seen some of the biggest comedians in the country, hosted them on this very stage. Talk to us about just how the show itself is curated.
Well, it's an interesting process. So I'm one of the producers of the show, and what happens is we often start with a sort of a wish list of who would we like on the bill this year. So we go, well, who's been doing amazing things in the industry? You take someone like Tumi Morake, just shot a Netflix special. She's part of a big international sci-fi series. You go, cool, Tumi Morake, you are on our bill this year. Okay, if she's available. But then we kind of go, well, who's the complete opposite of Tumi? Who speaks about things completely unrelated to what Tumi will speak to, who's got a completely different energy? And so we go Schalk Bezuidenhout, very, very different energy. And we go, well, who's the opposite of Schalk? Ooh, if you go with someone like Goliath, it'll give a completely different feel. And that's kind of how we curate the lineup. It is a very difficult thing to curate. I won't lie to you. I mean, we are talking about some of the busiest comics on the planet, getting them all into one room on the same night. It's a bit of a tough job. But I mean, what we try to do is really create something for everyone.
Well, I'm glad that the comedians are actually picked on their credibility, as you say, yeah, as opposed to anyone putting something in your pocket, if you know what I mean.
Listen, I won't lie. I'm open to it. I'm open to it.
Let's talk about how the show has grown since this concept came about, and you guys went about doing your first one, where you were able to judge, the response from the public and how you wanted to grow. Just bring us into all of that.
Well, firstly, the way it started, right? I tend to travel the globe, so does people like Tumi or Loiso Gola. We all kind of do little bits and pieces outside of South Africa. So you'll do a festival in New Zealand, you'll do a festival in Switzerland. But we never have a massive presence as South African comics. We never go there en masse and say, listen, we are here taking ownership of this thing. We are forced to be reckoned with. If you go to Montreal Comedy Festival or Montreux or any big comedy festival, they'll kind of have Best of Down Under or an American comedy invasion. So my thinking was, why don't we create a brand where South African comics can go to international festivals and go, listen, here's our brand of comedy. It's new, it's fresh, it's nothing you've ever heard before. And that was where the idea of the Big Five comedy starts. Big Five, it's a quintessentially South African concept and a very positive South African image. So that's where the Big Five comedy sort of ethos started, and we thought, well, let's not pitch it to the world. Let's first create a success of it here in South Africa. And that was around about 2016, I think, with the first one, and it's really grown in stature since then. Last year was an amazing sellout success at the Grand Arena. Tonight is the final one for the year. We had really amazing lineups in Durban and Joburg earlier this year. So it's been growing from strength to strength. And you know what? It just feels like right now in this country, we really all need a bit of a laugh.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's there's a lot of doom and gloom in the world. And I think tonight's a good day to laugh, because I think we're all going to be celebrating a victory tonight. So that's the reason to come and check out the show.
Oh, absolutely. South Africans are very good at laughing at themselves. Let's talk about those who've been maybe living under a rock for the past couple of years and have never attended one of the Big Five comedy shows. If they're coming tonight, what can they expect?
Listen, from a tailor-made productions perspective, we try to create a comedy show that is not just a man and a mic. No. Firstly, from a massively diverse lineup. I mean, you've got world-class comics here. Tumi Morake, as I said, just come back from shooting a Netflix special. Schalk Bezuidenhout, just come back from playing the Edinburgh Festival. Goliath, one of the biggest names in South African comedy. And then it's a bit of a bittersweet moment, but John Vlismas, this is the final time he's doing a lineup show with other comedians. He's hanging up his microphone, and tonight is the final performance. I get to be on stage, but besides the comedy, the beauty of the Big Five comedy show is we create an experience for you. I mean, we've got the legend DJ Reddy D.
Oh my
is on
goodness,
the decks
where's
over
he
there
been?
playing at the beginning, playing during the act. We've got a beautifully lit set. I mean, we use a Vliederkap award-winning lighting designer to light the show. So you arrive, every single touch point we make sure is just perfect. It's a beautifully curated show. You walk in, you have an amazing evening out. And I think, as I said, people just need to take a break from their life for like 2 or 3 hours, and that's what the Big Five comedy show provides you.
Absolutely. Stuart, it's been wonderful chatting to you. Thank you so much for your time and all the best. Have a good laugh out there tonight. And yeah, we'll see you again next time.
Awesome. Make sure you grab those tickets at CompuTicket. Show starts at 8 o'clock. I'll see you there.
Awesome stuff. That is Stuart Taylor talking to us about the Big Five comedy show, which is set to take place at the Grandwest Casino in Cape Town tonight. You can still get your tickets. A great team of comedians that will be out there to entertain you. So lots of laughs that you can expect out there. That is the Big Five comedy show.